Hi, Rick from Maranville Models, RC specialist for over 40 years. Now in this video I'm going to be covering this. This is the new balance connector that we're now selling. What this will allow you to do is, where you normally have your Typhoon H battery and you would normally use one of these to charge it, plonking it in there and away it would go, and it would take about a couple of hours to charge. Now, if you're not in a hurry and you're going to charge your batteries up the day before, that's not really going to be a big problem. But if you're, say, out and about, or you need to charge your batteries up quickly, or you have an awful lot of batteries, you might want to charge it a bit quicker. So what this charge lead does is this allows you to plug this battery, which obviously has a proprietary connector on it. It allows you to charge it off of any multi-chemistry battery charger. So this is the one that we sell. This is a dual output one, so it will actually charge two batteries at the same time. But the same would work with a single output one, and a lot of the chargers out there, the multi-chemistry ones, typically the menu system is pretty much the same, so this video would basically work out the same. So you'll find that when you get a charger, it will come with a whole pile of cables. We don't really need those, but you will get a balance cable like this one, or a balance board as it is. So if you've purchased this one, this is going to be completely relevant. Your balance board might look a little bit different, but the first thing we need to do is we need to plug the lead into it. So on this particular charger, which is a dual input, you have an A and a B. So we're just going to go into A. So you plug the two banana sockets in like that, then plug in your balance lead, which will just clip in the front there. These stands have done clipped. Right, and then this is the balance connection. In fact, and this will go into, so on this balance board, this one in the bottom corner here is the correct one. So now it's a keyed connector, so it'll only go in one way. You'll see a couple of ridges on top, a couple of cutouts there, and it goes. Now that is the connector now fully wired and ready for the battery. So if you look at the end of the battery, see it's all a keyed connector. It can't go in the wrong way. Just make sure you do have it matched up. You're not trying to go in that way, because that ain't going to work. You just plug that in there like that. It's a nice, good, tight fit. This connector, one thing I like about it, it's extremely well made. Very solid. This is not like the 3D printed ones you see, which, let's face it, 3D printing could be an issue. This is a proper molded one. Lovely soft core cable, silicone cables here. This is incredibly well made. Righty-ho, now, I'm just going to zoom in on the charger now. Like that. I'm just going to adjust the brightness, and hopefully you can now see the menu. Now, this is a dual one, but we will we'll be using the top one at the top, and I'm going to give you all the correct values to charge this battery. So as I said before, if it's a different charger, it'll pretty much, most chargers that have 4 buttons along the front pretty much all charge in the same way. Only difference with this one is has the extra button for changing whether I'm programming this outlet or this outlet. So we're going to go to the top one. So the first thing we need to do is, using the plus and minus keys, you need to scroll through the chemistries. Now you've got all your different types of batteries, but what we're looking for is LiPo. We've got LiPo battery. Press go to the next one. Now it must be on LiPo balance as well, which what that means is there are four individual cells in this battery, and they need to all be charged and balanced individually, so you must have balance. So the first thing we do, press go. Now the battery is a 5.4 amp battery. So what we do is we always generally charge using 1C, which means 1 times the capacity. So it's a 5400, which is 5.4 amp here flashing, so that's okay, but we could adjust this up and down. If you are in a hurry, you can go up to double C charging, which means you could actually charge that up to 10 amps. We just whack that right up. Oop, just go right round there. So there we're on 10 amps. So you could charge it up, and it would charge the battery in probably half an hour. For the occasional charge, that's okay, but to be honest with you, it's not going to, over time, it's not going to do the battery any good. So I tend to always default. Remember, on 5.4 amps, you're going to be charging the battery in around, well, let's face it, you're not being charging the battery fully because you won't have fully discharged it, so it's probably going to do it in under an hour, but if you allow for about an hour. Okay, so we've set that one. So if we go now to the next one, So you've got the 4S, the 4 there. Now the battery for the Unique is a 4S battery, meaning 4 individual cells. So again, depending on what that's flashing at, you can go up and down, 2 cell, 3 cell, 4 cell, 14.8 volts, 4 cells, push it again. Now that's all the settings locked in. We are ready to go. So we just push, hold, you'll see it come up battery check, so it's just confirming everything's okay. If things weren't correct, you would now come up with a warning, but we're not. But you have to reconfirm by pressing enter again. So obviously I wasn't quite fast enough to get there. So that's just now through charging. So it's now the amps it's charging at, that will slowly build up and it will slowly come down at the end of the charge also. The volts that's actually in the battery just now, the time that it's charging from, and this is the milliamp per hour. Now what you're really aiming for is when you're finished charging, you want about 80% of the capacity. So the battery's 5400, so you want 80% of that capacity to be here when it finishes charging. This means you're not discharging the battery less than 20%, which is really ideally, if you want to maintain a good life on your battery, you don't want to discharge it below 20% of its full capacity. So it just allows you to get a better gauge of when you stop flying the craft, depending on the voltage that it's telling you. I mean, on the ST16 it'll obviously tell you when the voltage is low, but if you want to refine that, you can refine it there. Now, to get a bit more information, using the plus and minus keys, we can come back here. Now, it looks like this battery is actually almost fully charged. These are all the individual cells. You can actually hear the fan and the charger turning on now. Now this battery is incredibly well matched because you can see they're all 4.2, which is generally what is fully charged. So this battery's actually already charged. I thought there was a little bit out of it, but it's not the case. So that's what you're looking for. You want all these to be roughly within a 0.1 of a volt of each other. So when these all get to 4.2, they'll probably charge a little bit longer, then cut off. So that's good diagnostics. Coming in here, you see there, battery's 99% charge, cells are at 4.2 volt per cell, and then back to that. So that's just some diagnostics you can put back, and if you want to get back to the start screen, you just press that. Now what will happen when the battery is fully charged, so it'll probably, as it's almost charged now, it's not going to go on for much longer, and then you're going to get the beep and then it will basically instantly cut off. And then that is that battery fully charged. As an option, we also have the Wi-Fi module, and what this does is once plugged into the front of the charger, this allows you to control the charger remotely on an app. So if you download the app, it's called Smart Checker from the App Store or the Android Store. Once that's downloaded, if you get your tablet or your phone, go to your Wi-Fi settings, you will see Overlander. Put in the password, which is 1234 1234. You'll only have to do this once. Okay, and once that's connected, go into Smart Tracker. Oh, like that. Double check. See if we've got that right. Yeah, we are connected. Oh, there we go. And you can do all your settings from this app. So you can select the technology here, LiPo, the amount of cells, all the different like storage, fast charge, discharge, etc. balance. It's just like a flow chart. The charge rate you want to charge at, so we'd obviously scroll that up to 5.4. There we go. There is a discharge one there, but as we're not discharging LiPo batteries, you don't need that. Confirm, and as you can see there, away you go. And now, as you'll see here, you've got all your status. So the idea of this is, although you should never leave batteries that are charging unattended, you could possibly be in the next room and actually monitor your charging. And you've got bars, so that's showing you all the individual cells, voltages along the bottom, or you can have a graph where obviously we're fully charged, but normally what would happen, that would be spiking up and coming back down there as well. And then of course we can stop it there, and of course you can change from A to B because you've also got dual chargers in there. So just a nice little optional addition there. And of course also remember as well, for charging the controller now, I will have coming in is a charge cable for specifically charging the battery in the ST16. So if I flick that over and open there, that's the battery for the ST16, which as you can see is a battery that will remove, and it has an unusual connector on it. I will be getting a charge lead in, so check down in the comments, down in the description, because I'll probably have a link already in there for that, because it should arrive in the next few days. And this can also plug into the charger, again matching the capacity and the voltage, and you'll be able to charge the controller battery. But in the meantime also, you can just use the normal charge lead via the USB socket on the front. Get that in the right way around. And that will obviously just plug into the bottom of the ST6 controller as normal, like that. And you go into the controller powering up. So just a short video on showing you how that actually works and how it sets up. So of course the balance cables, chargers, all the accessories, etc., all available from our store. If you check out the description below, it will have all the links to the individual products. As I say, this is a dual charger, so it will actually charge 2 batteries at once, and you can essentially charge your transmitter, or once, as I say, our other leads come out, you'll be able to charge 1 battery and say the transmitter at the same time. Super fast. You could actually in fact charge 2 batteries in half an hour, which would be really significant. This is also a dual input charger, so it's charges off the mains as I'm doing here just now, but you can also charge it off of DC as well. So if you are out on a job, you could actually plug that into your cigar lighter socket or straight onto the car battery and actually charge when you're out and about, which would save an awful lot of time. Okay, I'm Rick from Marinville Models, RC dealer from the UK. Thank you very much.